4 men have been found guilty of smuggling cannabis from Ghana to the United Kingdom. The substances, with street value of 4.5 million United Kingdom pounds sterling, were hidden in sacks of gari powder which were exported from Ghana to the United Kingdom. The arrest was made in January 2020 and they were found guilty by a jury today after a 3-week trial.
The drugs haul was discovered by border force officers inside a shipping container following a National Crime Agency sting. Daniel Yeboah 54, Christopher Mbedu 48, Kweku Bonsu 52, all from London, and Edward Adei 48 from Grace were found guilty by a jury today after a 3-week trial at the Southwark Crown Court. On the morning of January 13, 2020, the container travelled from Tilbury Docks on the back of a lorry to an industrial yard in North London under the watch of officers. It was met by Yeboah, who signed the delivery note using a fake signature, after which a worker at the yard removed the container seal with an angle grinder. Bonsu was observed by National Crime Agency officers circling around the industrial yard in his car before taking photographs of the container using his mobile phone, and Adei was spotted dropping Bedu off at the yard. Seemingly realizing the drugs were missing, they all then fled the site in different cars, abandoning the load shortly after the container was opened. As the men left the area, officers were in tow and all were arrested later that day.
Graphic Communication is giving you the opportunity to have news not only in hard copy but also in a digital form. Download your Graphic News Plus now. Graphic News Plus, connecting people through news.
Declare a national emergency on Galamsey. Professor Stephen Adei, a former chairman of the National Development Planning Commission, has urged the president. To Professor Adei, illegal mining, popularly known as Galamsey, has now become a major reflection of political, traditional, and security leadership failure. He was speaking at the 25th anniversary lecture of the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority in Accra today.
According to Prof Adei, a declaration of national emergency would give the president emergency powers to decisively deal with the menace, which he described as a gargantuan environmental degradation issue. He said Galamsey is a major reflection of political, traditional, and security leadership failure in the country. He added that Galamsey and its incidental destruction of forests, farmlands, water bodies, and other natural resources had become widespread, throwing people's health and the future of this country into jeopardy. He gave an example of how Galamsey had totally destroyed River Jimmy, the major source of water for Obuasi and other surrounding communities.
Among the youth, as I interact with them, and how to deal with the Galamsey menace and the gargantuan environmental degradation, which is the major reflection of political, traditional, and security leadership in Ghana today. I hope Otumfuo Asantehene, in his steering leadership, will not stop at distilling few chiefs, for the problem is widespread. I'm looking forward to the day when he will declare Asanteman Galamsey free zone. Currently, I live, my house is a few meters. That shows yards means how young I am. A few meters from the Guinea River. The Guinea River is the one that supplies water to the whole of metropolitan Obuasi. That river is being totally destroyed, and at its head, called waters, the Galamsey activities is so bad, and my house is less than 500 meters from there. And interestingly, the Omai of Adansi Traditional Council lives only about 200 meters from me. I believe that these are some of the things. Galamsey is a reflection of leadership failure in this country. I was talking to somebody this weekend, and he said it is time that we declare a national emergency so that the president has emergency powers, and all moving things should be taken out and dealt with, and how those young men and women be encouraged and trained. Of course, they can go back into mining, but at least not at the expense of the lifeline of Ghanaians.
And on the O'Reilly Senior High School stabbing to death incident on campus, the National Association of Graduate Teachers is calling for increased authority for teachers to expel students involved in fighting on campus, citing the rise in unruly behavior among students as a result of the restrictions on disciplinary measures.
The supervisor needs to have the authority to command and to implement the supervisory role. The supervisors, and in this case the teachers, need to have the power to isolate from the generality anyone whose presence is causing discomfort for the majority. Look, Salom, when I was in school, of John's secondary school, when I was in school, when you run away to town without permission, immediately you are debordinized. When I was in school and you fight, you will be dismissed. And this one, there was no Ghana Education Service or anything to no. So you know, before you enter the school. You enter the school, the rules of the school are read to you. And if you want to remain part of that school, you don't have a choice than to conform to the rules and regulations of the school.
Meanwhile, the Director General of the Ghana Education Service led a team to visit the school and the deceased family to commiserate with them today. In a statement, the GES said it will continue to support the school and assure the public that it was working closely with the relevant authorities to ensure a thorough investigation. The GES said it was hoping to conclude the administrative investigations within 2 weeks, while the police service handles the criminal investigation. It therefore urged the public to refrain from speculations and allow the investigative process to unfold.
And in Parliament today, the legal instrument for the Road Traffic Amendment Regulations 2024, which will grant privileges to certain state officials and institutions to use sirens on their vehicles or motorcades, has been relayed in Parliament. The instrument, if the House okays it, will now allow the President, the Vice President, as well as the Ghana Police Service, the Ghana Ambulance Service, and the Ghana National Fire Service to use warning equipment during emergencies. The amended instrument will, however, not permit the Speaker of Parliament, the Chief Justice, and Ministers of State, as well as Members of Parliament, to use motorcades or sirens for official duties.
The instrument was relayed by the Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture, Andrew Ejapamesa, and Speaker of Parliament referred it to the Subsidiary Legislation Committee for consideration and report. Prior to the LI being laid by the Minister, the former minority leader, Haruna Idrisu, told the House he would want to arrest the laying of the instrument before it became a law after 21 days.
I have a copy I have perused, even though it's now been laid. And Right Honorable Speaker have been taken off the list of those who can use motor siren. Mr. Speaker, in America, there is never what we call, you avoid a constitutional interregnum. Assuming there is a crisis in Ghana, that a president has to be sworn in, and the speaker has to be taken from somewhere to where he has to swear in the president. By this provision, Mr. Speaker, we are not personalizing it. It's not Honorable Alban Sumana Bagbin. It's the Speaker of Ghana's Parliament. Is not entitled to a motorcade or a police accompanied siren. In my view, Mr. Speaker, is wrong for the number 3 to be out of this privilege. The Chief Justice of the Republic of Ghana is also out of the motor traffic regulation, not entitled to it. Mr. Speaker, you can keep ministers and members of parliament out. But this republic has 3 important personalities: the president, the vice president, the speaker, and the chief justice. 4 important personalities.
As a house, we have to be very consistent. We have to be very consistent. Members of parliament cannot always run away when there's an issue regarding their welfare and turn around to demand same rights. And to say sadly, today, this is affecting you. When the instrument originally was laid, there was a pre-laying. Members of parliament made inputs. At the end of the day, we left the learned professor, Dr. Dominic Ayeni, in the cooler. But again, the government is also in a tight corner. When this issue occurred, it was like as if the Akufo-Addo government, the man there was attacked personally. And we know those who were championing it and making it a partisan matter. So now government brings the instrument as a result of what the public said, and we are again here saying that, oh no, we have to have a second look at it. People were running away. People were running away. Mr. Speaker, please. Yes, I have to veer off because things are getting out of hand, and we should know this as a political class. They are really getting out of hand. Our excessive partisanship is affecting our country. We should know and say it right and here.
Let's continue to dialogue with our people. Let's talk to them. I don't need a motorcade after this office. I don't. I want a peaceful life to enjoy my plenty years till I'm 100. Yes, I don't need it. But please, let's do the proper thing. Let's report rightly. Let's take the decision. The people will follow. But if we decide to crash with them, the consequences are not what we are looking for as a nation. I think we need to take time to persuade them to understand the situation than to get on a head-on collusion, which is what you are opting for. And I disagree with that. Let's go to a proper thing. And when we are able to carry them along with us, they will support our leadership as the right one. So with this, committee, you are so directed.
Through an intelligence-led operation, the police on Monday arrested 487 suspects who are members of the Ponzi scheme known as QNet in Kumasi, India, Ashanti region.
The suspects, consisting 257 females and 230 males, were arrested in a house located at Ejuman near Kenyasi, a suburb of Kumasi. Preliminary investigations established that the suspects through the scheme successfully enticed unsuspecting persons from various parts of the country under the guise of offering lucrative returns on their investments. Exhibits retrieved from them include registration documents and other materials bearing the QNet logos. 12 of the arrested suspects have been identified as executives of the scheme.
And in politics, Hassan Ayariga, the flag bearer of the All People's Congress, today unveiled his running mate for election 2024.
But we, the APC, we are offering ourselves to the 7 million Ghanaians who do not want to vote for NDC and MPP. Make us the third force because we are the third force for you. You can sit down and think that the third force must come automatically. The third force can only come when you make that decision. When you Ghanaians make that decision. We have made ours. It is the turn for you, your turn to make that decision. But every time we keep saying, "Oh, if I vote for Hassan Ayariga, I'm wasting my vote." Says who? If you vote for Hassan Ayariga and the APC, the NDC will not win and the MPP will also not win. So, we are extending our hands to the PNC, CPP, the movements, the Alliance movement, what is the other movement? The New Force and others, to join us and learn from us that the APC leader is the leader who understands leadership in different dimensions. And they will have space in this alliance. And we shall win the 2024 general elections hands down. He is a professional person with expertise in economics, research, leadership, born in Butuku, North Dine district from the Volta region. To Mr. Cephas Mensah, and Madame Cecilia Atukuma. He hails from the Kajeji royal clan of Butuku, Nzele. With a strong academic background in accounting, economics, development, and theology, Dr. Mensah has held various roles, including 1, technical advisor to the Ministry of Trade and Industry on the African Continental Free Trade Area 2022. 2, economist and research fellow at the Institute of Chartered Economics of Ghana. 3, head pastor, man of God, a man of God, a man of God. So no corruption. So boy, help me to welcome Reverend Dr. Walayo Mensah.
Ayariga, Ghana APC, APC, Ghana APC, APC, power to the people.
I want to use this opportunity to introduce to Ghanaians and the whole world the man of the moment, running mate of the APC, Dr. Reverend Mensah Walayo.
I, Reverend Dr. Samuel Walanyo Mensah. Reverend Dr. Samuel Walanyo Mensah.
Do hereby agree and accept.
Do hereby agree and accept
My appointment to become the vice presidential candidate of Dr. Hassan Ayariga and the entire All People's Congress in Ghana.
my appointment to become the great running mate to the defundable Dr. Hassan Ayariga for the 2024 general elections.
That I hereby in humility pledge,
That I pledge in all humility,
in total commitment,
with total commitment,
love,
love,
and the fear of God,
and the fear of God,
to uphold
to uphold
the integrity
their integrity
accordingly
according
to the Constitution
to the Constitution
of our land Ghana
of our land
and the
Ghana,
Constitution
and the Constitution
of our vibrant political party APC.
of the APC party.
Thanks for watching. For more news, please visit our website graphic.com.gh and follow us on social media. Our handles are Daily Graphic Ghana on Facebook and Instagram, Graphic GH on YouTube and X, and Graphic Online Ghana on TikTok. Thanks for watching. My name is Enoch Dafa Frimpong.